Hello, Over the Peak people. This is a kind of it's going to be purely a video, a chatty video, and I'm going to be thinking on my bottom because I don't really know how this is going to work out. I think I'm going to have to ask you for your opinions on it in the end. I'll start where I knew I was going to start, just to warm myself up, and we'll see how we go. I'm still rather bothered about this money stuff. Let's start with we go out to work after we've been to school, being educated, and in exchange for our work we are given money. We get the idea that our work has created money in some way, because if our work didn't create it, well, why is somebody going to give us money for it? But that's obviously wrong. We've been through this enough that the work that people do has nothing to do with the creation of money. Let's go straight back to that. That's purely people going into banks and borrowing money. So it's not connected to working. When we work, we're given money. Now this money, that's the quantity of money. Yeah, I can see my face in the middle now as the quantity of money. And on this side is the people. And on this side are the goods and services. Which side is the people? The people are here. Okay. When we work, we get a certain amount of the quantity of money given to us. And that certain amount of quantity of money is going to intermediate between us and other goods and services that are out there. So obviously we're not working for money per se, we are working for goods and services which will just be intermediated by the money. So far so good? That, I think I'll jump to the end because this is where I got confused on it, because what's got me confused is this great moderation that we've been through for the last 15 years, where the prices of things have gone up, but at a centrally bank controlled rate of 2%, except for housing. Now, we can say that some other things have gone up more than 2%, like in the United States, healthcare and medical care. No, healthcare, medical care, education. And they're kind of intermediaries, but generally the price, the CPI bucket in the Western world has gone up at this very moderate rate that the central banks have been very happy with, of about 2%. But the actual quantity of money has gone up enough, I think I can say that, to have been able to bid up the prices of housing double. Much more than the 2%, even 2%, 2%, 2%, compounding doesn't make for the incredible rise in house prices over the last 15 years across the Western world. I'm starting to doubt in this modern age the basic thing that we all agree on, that an increase in the quantity of money will raise the prices of the goods and services. Because why have not store prices gone up at the same rate as house prices? Is it because we have to pay the store prices immediately but the house price is deferred? Is it because we have to pay or have had to pay so much in mortgage payments, and that has not left enough money left over disposable at the end of the month to bid up the prices of normal things at the store more than 2%? There seems to be a disconnect. We know about electronics and things like that, and the productivity is making them cheaper and cheaper. A loaf of bread, the productivity is probably making them cheaper and cheaper, but with the price of wheat going up. Garments productivity, again, probably making them cheaper. In the input costs going up. But it just seems such a level thing that these central banks are absolutely patting themselves on the backs and the heads and really rewarding each other about that it's been this great moderation, and CPI, RPI type prices have been very, very stable, except obviously from the big nudge of the Great Recession. 15 years before that, they have been very stable, except for house prices. And I'm really not sure why. So I think I'll just leave it there and see if you want to come in with any comments on that. Because I think I've covered just about as much as I can put in being constructive. I think I'd just be waffling if I went any further. But I think this is quite crucial going forward, as it were, knowing that the bank lending for housing creates the quantity of money. If that quantity of money to goods and services either never existed, which I think it did, I mean, all the charts seem to show that it does exist. But there's no reason why something could not have happened in our modern world to make it break down. We can talk about wages and how much wages have gone up, but if wages not going up as much has been the reason that the store prices have stayed reasonable, why have house prices gone up so much? Is it pure desperation that the people realised that if they wanted to get ahead, pension-wise we could call it, they had to have an investment, and that became the house? And instead of paying for a pension, they were willing to promise future monies for the house investment. I would very much appreciate your inputs. If you could put your brain and fingers to use, we might be able to get something a bit more out of this. There's some sort of disconnect that has gone on, and I'm sure that it can be quite easily explained, probably via the psychology of the people over the last 20 years. That's 5 years of this Great Recession and 15 years of the Great Moderation before it. But exactly what it is, and whether we can get it into a couple of sentences or paragraphs, I think I need your help, so I'll see you down there. Bye.